Hello guys, welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing episode 2 of my MyTeam Career Mode. If you have not seen episode 1, make sure to check it out in the annotation at the top left or right, depending on where you're seeing it. First things first, we're going to look at the activities before the weekend of the Bahrain Grand Prix. We only have 2 days. So since we only have 2 days, we're gonna be doing I'm pretty sure we're gonna be doing a sponsor event, because that's gonna increase our team acclaim, which is very important in this game because you need sponsors. Talking about sponsors, we're actually gonna be signing a new sponsors, but that will come later. Right now, we're gonna look at all our facilities once again, but like last episode, we don't have enough money to upgrade anything, except actually we can upgrade the analysis suite for the simulator, which will improve my driver's experience. But I actually decided to not go with that for now, just because I just didn't feel like that was the most important part. Right now, we just need to focus on improving the car and getting more money into the team. In terms of R&D, we actually have enough R&D to get a new upgrade. We have actually filled the capacity for, of course, last episode we filled the capacity for both the air department and the chassis department, and I actually wanted to hold on the durability side of things for now. I'm just focusing on upgrading the car, really, and so we're going to be going for an engine power upgrade, which will come before the Vietnamese Grand Prix next episode. Now, like I said, we're going to go to get new sponsors, because we got level 2 of acclaim, so we're going to get another sponsor. Now, I saw a lot of videos, and a lot of people chose Atlantic, but I don't think, because if you look at it, Atlantic does have the best weekly income, but Akita Oil, the one right below it, has 4K less in weekly income, but then 6K more in a gold bonus that I feel like is more achievable, because I'm not one, even if I do practice, it's going to be really hard with a 25% race to achieve 75 laps. And also, to be completely honest, we get more money with the Keto. It's not like we get a better money with Atlantic. So if we do score 10 Constructors Championship points, we do get more money than we would if we drove 75 laps with Atlantic. So after a lot of thinking, I decided to go with the Kita Oil, because I just think that it's an achievable goal, and we could get a lot of money from this. And actually, like I said last episode as well, there's a bit of a glitch going on right there to the right. I decided to go to the driver market, and last week I started watching Nick DeVries. This episode I'm gonna be watching Luca Giotto and Mick Schumacher. I know what you might say, that Jack is better, but you never know. He might not want to sign. It might be too pricey. I mean, he's not gonna be too pricey, but he might not want to sign back. So we might as well watch some of these guys. And now we're gonna put our new sponsor on the car. Akita. Actually, really nice looking sponsor as well. Much better logo, I feel like, than a Shark. Also, wanted to say something real quick. I already recorded episode 3 when I'm doing the commentary for episode 2. So I will be changing my name, my badge, and my color, my team colors, and my livery. Everything will be changed in the Vietnamese Grand Prix, because I was just playing around with the livery and I just found a livery that I really liked. So I decided to go with that and change things up a bit. And also I found the logo that I really liked. So, and that kind of represented the N in some way. We advance time, and we do increase our acclaim. You can see at the bottom, Carl is talking. He says his most useless thing yet. He said we can just sign a new sponsor, but we already did sign the sponsor, so he's a bit late on the updates. But nonetheless, without any further ado, I think we're gonna be heading to quality. I won't be showing any practice for you guys in the episode, because I just don't feel like there's so much in the episode already that you don't need to see practice as well. This is the results from practice. We get a total of 700-ish, I think, R&D points. So we have now added to what we had before. Now we have 820 R&D points, and we actually level up in acclaim, and we go to level 3. So yeah, looking good, looking good. But now we're gonna go to qualifying. One thing I will say, actually, it was kind of hard in practice to I was able to do every single practice program, because this is the first time I actually do practice programs in an F1 game. But I was able to get through all of them except for the qualifying one, and actually really pushed me to go better. And so this qualifying session, the result that we get out of it, it's mostly thanks to the amazing the difficulty that was put in, was the qualifying practice from home was. So we actually did not get full points. We missed on 35 points in the practice programs, but nonetheless we still got a lot of R&D points. Now you can see this is the first lap in Q1, and we get up into P4, and so you might say that's good, but as you can see, we're behind Okada and Sainz, and as we move on through the session, we actually are a bit tight. We're down into P13. I think with this lap we would have made it through. Now that I'm post commentating, you can see my team is actually out by one position only. But just to make sure that we make it through, we're gonna do another lap with another set of soft tires, and we should be able to make it through in our first Q2 session of the year. But you can see there getting a bit on the edge. So we're gonna have to do another lap in this Q1. So 3 laps in a Q1 session. Not expecting to do that many, but nonetheless we do do another lap. This is us starting the lap, and we do improve on it as we go through the lap. And yeah, so this lap is gonna allow us to make sure we get up into a required position to get into Q2, and we actually get all the way up. As you can see, we're improving by 2/10 there. That was a really fast corner. There are 3/10 now. So we definitely have more pace in our car than what we did in the first lap of Q1. And so with all that improvement, I think we're definitely gonna be able to go into Q2, and I'm actually looking really, really solid for Q2. As you guys will know, I actually increase a lot, and usually my final lap in Q3 is just I wouldn't say miles better than the other one. As you can see here, we weave a little bit. We actually spin the car, as I was so happy that we made it into Q2. We actually spin the car. Somehow make no contact. And I actually want to show you guys this. As you guys see, I'm actually in low fuel mode because I used all my fuel because I only had 3 laps of fuel. And you can see Kvyat comes and completely caters into the back of Ocon because I was letting Ocon by. And Ocon, as soon as he got past me, wanted to let me by again, which was kind of odd. And so we just stayed there, side by side. I actually just tried to slow down when I saw Kvyat, but it was not quick enough, and so completely clattered into the back of Ocon. But anyways, he does make it into Q2, so yeah, all good. I don't think our teammate made it in Q2. I was actually not looking there at the screen. But this is Q2 right here, and we do set a very good lap time here. We weave again, but this time we don't spin the car. We're best of the rest, and I think we're gonna stay there for the remaining of Q2. Yes, we are actually gonna beat Hamilton as well. But yeah, confirming our teammate did not make it into Q2. We beat Hamilton as well because he wasn't a medium. And then this is Q3 now. I'm gonna take you guys through the whole lap. I think I did that when I was editing, because this was the best lap I did all weekend. So hope you guys enjoy it. Getting up to 205 miles per hour, and then braking and going all the way to first gear to get the car turned around, then going to second gear to make sure we don't get too much oversteer. Then here you can attack the curb as much as you want there. Last year's game you would lose time doing that, but this year's game you can do that and you actually will gain time. Then in this braking zone you cannot hit that curb. That curb is worse in this game. You go all the way to second gear and then go back up here. Make sure you don't cut the corner, it's very sensitive. And then here you can actually completely attack this curb right here, because you're not going to go wide. You're usually going to have enough steering to be able to do that, and you're not going to spin out. Again, this year's game, the curbs are a little bit easier. Then in this tight left-hander, go to probably first gear because the car turns around. I didn't there. I went to second gear. I stayed in second gear, but yeah, that's a really tough corner for me. So then here I went all the way to fourth gear, and here again, that's another curb you can attack and you need to attack. There are 3 curbs that you definitely need to attack. 2 of them which are in braking zone, and then this actually curb right here, you go down to third gear, not second gear. It's actually a lot more understeery, that corner, so and you should not attack that curve because it's a bit more sensitive. So just make sure you go right nice around it like I did there, and then you're going down to second gear, getting a little bit wavy on the rear ends on the exit, but nonetheless we do set a lap time of 127.133, which puts us best of the rest, and that's how we're gonna stay for the entire Q3. So best qualifying session of the year and best of the rest. I feel like we did a really good job. We are 6/10 behind Max Verstappen, which is a big gap to the top team. So we are more than a tenth ahead of Sergio Perez. So we are fully into this race. I think we're gonna get really good points in this race if we keep this up, especially because with all the practice programs done, I feel like I have good pace for the race, and I also have a better setup that I put on. But anyways, without any further ado, let's go to the race.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's talk about the Rainmaster. That was a great podium in the last race, so can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs, so it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the Verstappen, the Rainmaster, Perez, Norris, and Carlos Sainz, Ricciardo, Stroll, Daniel Kvyat, and Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Ocon, Jack Aitken, and Roman Grosjean, Gasly, Magnussen, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Alright, I just want to say sorry for the glitch in the starting sequence. That was not me editing badly or anything like that. It was just the recording which just glitched there. Sometimes it happens, and it happened last week as well, but in a bit of a less crucial point for sure. Race strategy is of course going to be a one-stop. Our teammate of course qualified, and I just want to say okay, in P17 just outside the Q2, so a bit sorry for him there, but nonetheless, strategy one stop. We're gonna be fueling up the car, of course, as usual. 2.5 laps more. We actually didn't need, but we'll go into that later on. But 2.5 laps as usual more. We're gonna turn down the front aero one wing less, and we're gonna keep doing that for all the races who have a straight line. We have a lot of straight lines because that's gonna be crucial. But anyways, here we go. 2.5 red light. And away we go. They're held for a long time, but we're finally away. And we get Verstappen gets a really good start, but then we get a good second phase. We're getting interception of someone. Do we have any room to go? Is Albon going to go defensive? He's not. We're still going to take to the outside. Now we're going to go. We're going 3 wide. Albon and Leclerc fighting for, and Vettel fighting for P3 or 4-3. Albon gets us, but we're going side by side with Vettel. Some wobbling there. Here we go. We're gonna squeeze him. And actually, might be going for a dive with Albon. He does not. He makes contact with Albon. He spins it round like is usual. And so we're up into P4. Oh my goodness! It's a safety car. Very, very, very sensitive FIA there. I would not have called a safety car for that. I mean, it was just a spin. But I'm not complaining about that for sure, because at the end of that lap we're gonna pit, and we're gonna be the only ones pitting except for George Russell, who's also gonna pit. And so I think me and Russell have both done the strategy of the decade, to be completely honest, because no one else is gonna. Everyone's gonna pit like 3 laps into the safety car, 4 laps into the safety car. So unless they can gain 20 seconds on us in 4 laps, which is 5 seconds per lap, I think this is the strategy of the decade. On lap 1 pitting, because we're gonna be on the safety car for long enough that these tires will probably be able to stay alive until the end of the race. And if they're going to be warned, they're not going to be super warned because of the safety car, like I said. But yeah, really, really good strategy. I want to see what Russell can do as well with that pit stop done. So me and Russell both have already done our pit stops. Let's see what we can do. Here we go. We're lining up behind Latifi. We're the only ones leaving to get a little temperature into the tires. As of course, for the AI, it's always easier to get temperatures in there. And I actually wanted to go side by side with Latifi, but I decided to keep it nice and real because no one goes side by side in the last corner of a safety car. Here we go anyways, green flag, and Latifi gets a much better exit than us, but also his straight line speed is massively better compared to us. So we're just waiting here. But we are gonna send a huge dive instead of him and Magnussen. Actually, there was a yellow flag, so I was a bit I was not sure about what the safety car was for, but I know David down inside of Giovinazzi for that, and actually don't get any illegal overtakes, so I'm okay with that. But here we go now, having a look at now we're behind Giovinazzi. Let's see when we can overtake him. Actually, I have to say, I thought I'd be cutting through this traffic a bit quicker than I did, because well, I just thought, I mean, I know we're a backmarker car. No, we're not a backmarker car. We actually did pretty well, but I still thought we had the pace to cut through this traffic a bit quicker than we did. But nonetheless, we do catch up to Giovinazzi at the end of that lap, and here we go now, putting a bit of overtake mode in. Yeah, putting all overtake mode in, making sure we get this move done. But actually, you will see here the speed of the Ferrari engine before the patch that will probably destroy them. We cannot get past Giovinazzi before the braking zone, which was weird, but we do get past him in the braking zone. We squeeze him right into the apex, and all is good. And now we can set our sights on Giovinazzi, on Grosjean, another G, so please forgive me for making that mistake. That's just a bit of carbon fiber there. Could that be from the crash with Vettel? I'm not sure if he actually had damage because he did not pit on the safety car, so I'm not sure if he did have damage or not, but I don't think he did, because if not, he would have just pitted under safety car like Russell did, because I think Russell had damage. I think that's why he pitted under safety car, but nonetheless, it was a good strategy for him, I feel like. But anyways, here we go now. On lap 6, can we get Grosjean in a massive dive bomb? I think we will, because I realize here, we could be in a seriously good chance of not only points, not only the podium, but heck, maybe even a win, because I mean, they're not the leaders are gonna come out behind us. So if we can defend this, we could actually be really, really into the position. But we need to get as ahead as possible, because we do not want to be out we don't want them to get out and be right on us. We want to have some time of breathing time, some breathing time. As you can see, a load of people get into the pit lane, but most importantly, you can see that's a turquoise dot, and that's Valtteri Bottas, who's miles behind us, and he was the leader of the Grand Prix, I'm pretty sure. So either him or Charles Leclerc, but nonetheless, he was in the leading pack. So let's move later on to the lap. Once again, another glitch for the recording, or that was just me, baby, making a mistake in editing. But you can see right here, everyone else pits, and look at the top right, P5, P3, P2, and then P1 as the clerk pits as well. And as you can see, I was absolutely weaving my wheel all around because I was so freaking excited, because we could actually win a Grand Prix in our second ever race. And don't tell me this is because of, as you can see, I'm still weaving. Don't tell me this is because of this difficulty. As you can see, George Russell is in P2. So amazing day for him as well. He's gonna get overtaken though by the top cars, I feel like, sooner or later. But you can't say this is only difficulty, because with that amazing strategy, it doesn't matter how high the difficulty would have been, we would still have been on top. But here comes Charles Leclerc now. On lap 10, he has massively better pace than me. We started this lap, he had 2 seconds from me. Not even, I think he had like 4 or 3 seconds on me. He gained 3 seconds in 1 lap. So here we go now. He's right tucked up behind us, and this is going to be 5 laps of full-on no cuts. I don't think I did any cuts. Maybe at the beginning, because Leclerc does not get us here. but he will try to attack us maybe in the next straight. So we just have to play it careful, play it tactically as well. We might want to let him go if we fight too much, because we do not want to get damage that will then ruin this chance for us. But right now we're going to try to hold on to this lead, because how many times do you get the chance to do a Bahrain GP impression? How many times do you? You don't a lot of times. So here we go now. Trying to equalize Bahrain GP, I guess, in some way, even though they won their first ever Grand Prix. We're winning our second, though. We're trying to win our second here, though. We got a bit wide here, but that's actually me faking to go wide. Because I want Leclerc to get up past me. Why? Because you see that blob, that green blob in the mini-map? That's the DRS detection point. And so with Leclerc behind us now, ahead of us now, we are able to get DRS on him, and we've cheekily get back ahead of him. You can see actually he has very good straight line speed, so you have to completely squeeze him really close to the apex. Here we go now, making no contact. I have to give him the room, because if not, we're just going to understeer straight into me. We still give him the room, though. We're being very nice. Too nice. Here we go now. Down the inside. Can we get the move back? Can we get the place back? We make contact. No, this is exactly what I was talking about. We make contact, and we do get damage. And this is when I realized, if I want to win this race, I cannot play nice and easy. I cannot give the room every single time I want. I have to stay strong. I have to fight hard and not give the room to anyone. Now we got Bottas behind us because he overtook Leclerc, but crucially he's in hard tires. So yeah, as we squeeze him on the outside, give him the room, then squeeze him, just so he cannot overtake us now. But he has hard tires. That means it'll be a bit harder for him to overtake me. He still has more pace, but it'll be a bit harder as he's now getting attacked by Leclerc there. It'll be harder also because he has a worse straight line speed than the Ferrari, so we're looking good, but they're still much faster than us, and he's still faster than us in a straight line, just not as fast as the Ferraris. Here we go now, we're getting attacked by both Bottas and Leclerc, and we're going 3 wide in the final corner of Bahrain. This is not a corner you should go 3 wide. We hit Leclerc, who almost spins, but definitely from his teammate is able to save it, and now here we go now. We give Bottas the DRS. No, I don't think he opened it. Does he open it? I can't quite see. It's a bit too far, but I think we may have just saved ourselves. I don't think Bottas had the DRS open there. I don't know. I couldn't see it very well. As you can see in the background, Hamilton actually gets past Leclerc, so Leclerc is going down the order. I don't think he has damage as well, though. I think I'm dealing with damage from the contact. But anyways, now Bottas certainly Bottas had DRS there, and I think I think it's one DRS zone for the same for two one DRS detection point for 2 DRS zones. So I think he had that DRS also in the main straight, but it doesn't matter because we are defending from him. We're still ahead of him, and he actually does a beautiful switch back here, but cannot make it stick. As you can see, the arrow going from left to right, but he does not make the move stick. He does not make it work. And once again, we'll try to give him the room on the outside and squeeze him, but this time he plays it very tactically for him. And so he's gonna try to attack us now. Here he goes in the DRS. He goes far on the outside. He's got so much more speed than us. It's like we were lifting off in the middle of the straight, but we do keep ahead of him. We do squeeze him out. I usually want to defend from staying on the outside, because then you can just take the racing line. But with a damage, you can't do that. With damage, you're just gonna understeer, and then it's game over. So here comes Bottas as well. We're gonna let him go. So we have DRS, but crucially, we let him go now, so now it's detection points. So now we have DRS, but now we can just swoop back into the lead technically, or at least stay side by side with him, and we'll still have DRS. So here we go now, having DRS, very tactical move. But you can see Hamilton tries to get a move. We try to squeeze him, we do squeeze him, and look at Leclerc behind though. I mean, if he gets rid of these Mercedes cars ahead of him, we're gonna be chips, because he's got much better straight line speed than them. But here we go. Then you can see there. I don't know if you could catch it, but you can see there's a yellow engine logo right next to the audio symbol, and that's because I don't know if you could catch it, but our gearbox is 60% worn. I don't know what is in this game, in these games, but I wear, and as we go defensive here to then squeeze Hamilton out, I wear gearboxes a lot more when I was manual. You guys tell me, am I going too aggressive in the downshifts, too aggressive in the upshifts? Because I just don't know, but we're gonna need to change it for next week, which is really annoying, because if we're wearing up to 30% per race, next week we'll have a 90% worn gearbox, but nonetheless, here comes Hamilton. Let's go back to the race, because Hamilton tries to get us on the inside. We completely sideswipe him, and so he has to go to the outside, and here we get a massive amount of this here. So he tries to get on the inside. We make contact, but he gets no damage, so very lucky from Lewis there. I'm so used to seeing him get lucky that I'm not even surprised anymore. But anyways, we do the same trick we did on Bottas and Leclerc, but this time we're gonna overtake Hamilton. But since we overtook him after the detection point, now we got DRS. So very smart play, but not really, because this way we've allowed Leclerc to get past Hamilton, and now we're gonna have one final lap of Charles Leclerc, the guy with the fastest power unit, as Antonio Giovinazzi retires from this Grand Prix. He's gonna be attacking us, and as you can see behind, we've actually formed a huge train. Because when I was overtaking slower people at the bottom, I actually could not get past Stroll. So I don't have the pace in the train. I don't know why, but my pace dropped in the race compared to qualifying. But nonetheless, we're staying ahead of Leclerc, so I'm completely fine with that. Charles, will he try it on the inside? He will not. Will he try to do a switch back? He will not. He's still staying behind us. As now you can see, there's another logo. I don't know what the other logo is for, but I feel like we've got some kind of technical issue in our car is really worn, so I probably cannot wait to finish this race. I'm not even sure. I think it's temperature, but nonetheless, here comes Charles Leclerc. He does not do it. Oh my goodness, he doesn't do anything into that corner, because you could see his DRS going down. So we parked the car perfectly in the right place, and so we were able to keep ahead of him. Now you can see here, I'm actually braking a bit more and then accelerating suddenly to simulate a safety car. And Antonio Giovinazzi here saves us, because he's yellow flag, so Leclerc cannot do anything even if he wanted to. And once again, we're gonna brake early and then accelerate at our own moment, at our own time, to gain anything we can on Leclerc. Here we go, to the line. I think we've done it, guys. I think we won our first Grand Prix in our second race. Yes, we have. Oh my goodness. What a fight, what a race, we've done it. We have won our first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix in this car, in a rookie car, or in our second Grand Prix ever, which is absolutely amazing strategy with an amazing safety car that just, because of a spin, because from Sebastian Vettel, so Sebastian saves us, but oh my goodness, what a race it has been.
Today, the key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
There we go. We've done it, lads. We've done it, guys. We've won a Grand Prix. This is amazing. This is just simply amazing. I was not expecting this much as this. I was expecting a much bigger fight, but I gotta say, it was a big fight. We somehow were able to defend. Look at our fastest lap. It's 3 seconds slower than Leclerc's fastest lap, and 4 seconds slower than Hamilton's fastest lap, and 4/10 slower than our teammate's fastest lap, who just misses out on the points. I'm so sorry for him. Jack Aiken just missed out on the points, but you can see P9, George Russell, gets driver of the day. He gets 1 point, so really, really happy. 2 points, actually. So really, really happy for him there. But what a race. The safety car just completely threw the race into a spanner in the works. Once again, a safety car allows us to get an amazing result. And you can see in the standings, we're P2, only 2 points behind Hamilton. If the season continues like this with a safety car on every lap one of the Grand Prix, we could win the championship. But that's not, of course, not what I'm looking forward to do. I just want to upgrade this car so we can actually win on merit. But today we won on strategy, and we surely did. We surely made the team proud. We made the fans proud, and this is reminding me of one team and one team only, and that is Bahrain GP. But anyways, with that, I probably should just slap on a Bahrain GP livery for the next season, for next 10 seasons or something. But I won't do that. I'll keep with my livery for now. But nonetheless, without any further ado. But nonetheless, I don't know why I just showed a little bit of a clip from the race again there, but anyways, that has been it. Unbelievable, simply unbelievable. Oh, there's an interview with Claire actually.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
It was not a comfortable win. I mean, I did it only because of strategy. So the only one who doesn't really say that it was a comfortable one was the one on the left and one on the right, and one on the bottom. So I decided to go one on the bottom to complement the engine. It was fantastic. I mean, that's true. It was fantastic.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Actually, I felt like I was not, but I just decided to say I think I said when it's so easy. Yeah, I said it was so easy when the car handles like this to complement the chassis. The car handled great though.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
Well, secret is strategy, but I'm just gonna say there's no secret. It's about having a great team and a great car. Considering we want to boost this team's morale, we're just gonna say that, and our claim is actually increased by that, so that's great.
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they?
Claire, are you okay or something? Last weekend we got third, and we got first here. So both days were better. This did not go much. Did not go much better than a lot better than last weekend. But I'm just gonna say we've been working on the engine and it's paying off. Because to be fair, we did get an engine upgrade for this race, so you know.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Well, that's everything for me as well. As you can see now, we actually increase a lot at our claim. We get up to 3 for our claim in terms of personal claim, and we get up to 4 for the team's acclaim. And so I think next week, after practice, after all our practice, we will be able to get a new sponsor. We will be able to get to 5. And so we were able to get a new sponsor, I believe. Now you can see here we're gaining a lot of money, 80k. We actually don't reach 2 mil though. That's annoying. That's really annoying. For just 2k, we don't reach 2 mil. Or that's at 20k. I'm not even sure, but yeah, it's 20k. But we don't reach 2 mil. So we don't reach 2 mil. But nonetheless, what an absolute race. What an absolute awesome race this race has been. Without any further ado then, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did do so. I certainly did enjoy this race. It was an absolute amazing race. Winning in our second ever race. Defending like champs, but most importantly, the strategy of the decade, I would definitely say. But nonetheless, that has been this video for today, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and without any further ado, and see you guys next time.